Did you know that there are mental habits that can age you faster than any wrinkle? After decades of observing people who shine in their maturity while others seem to wither prematurely, I discovered a truth that many never come to understand. Accelerated aging after 60 doesn't have as much to do with physical aspects, but rather with certain behavioral patterns that weaken us from within. Today, I'm going to reveal the 6 most destructive habits that accelerate your aging and, most importantly, how to eliminate them to regain the vitality you deserve. This information has transformed the lives of hundreds of people like you. If this is your first time on the channel, I invite you to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Every week we share practical tips to make this stage of life the most fulfilling. A few years ago, I met Carmen, 67 years old. When I first saw her, she looked like she was 80. She was hunched over, with a dull gaze, and rarely smiled. Her children barely visited her, and she spent her days locked away, complaining about pain and remembering better times. Carmen represents many people who, without realizing it, fall into patterns that rob them of vitality. Surely you have experienced days where you feel invisible to your family, or that feeling that life no longer has as much purpose as before. The first toxic habit we must eliminate is self-imposed isolation. Many older people, like Ramon, 72, begin to reject invitations thinking, "I'm too old for that," or "I don't want to bother anyone." Ramon stopped attending family gatherings because he felt he no longer fit in. What he didn't know is that social isolation not only generates sadness, but scientifically accelerates cognitive deterioration and weakens the immune system. The solution is not to force yourself to attend everything, but to create new rituals of connection. Ramon began inviting one grandchild each week for coffee. These one-on-one conversations turned out to be much more satisfying than large gatherings. The second toxic habit is mental rigidity. Most believe that after 60, it's natural to become more resistant to change, but the neurological truth is exactly the opposite. Maintaining mental flexibility is what preserves a young brain. Maria, at 84, decided to learn how to use video conferencing during the pandemic, while her sister Elena, 77, refused, saying that those things are for young people. Today, Maria maintains close ties with relatives in different countries, while Elena continues to complain that no one calls her. If you're finding value in these tips, please leave your like and share this video with someone who might benefit from it. The third and fourth destructive habits go hand in hand: accumulated resentment and constant complaining. Don Alberto, 73, came to one of my talks dragging decades of bitterness. His daughter had moved to another country 15 years ago, and he remained deeply hurt. Each phone conversation included reproaches. His daughter called less and less, confirming his theory that she no longer cared. What Alberto couldn't see was how his resentment poisoned every interaction, creating exactly what he feared most: distance. We worked on a technique called resentment cleansing. Each night, Alberto wrote his hurts on a paper and then consciously practiced letting go of that pain. We also established the 3 complaints rule. He could express a maximum of 3 complaints per day. The result was amazing. 6 months later, his daughter decided to surprise him by visiting with his grandchildren. She confessed to me that, for the first time in years, talking to Dad feels comforting instead of exhausting. Resentment and constant complaining are not just unpleasant habits for others. They are poisons that literally accelerate your aging and deteriorate your most precious relationships. The last two habits that age you the most after 60 are chronic self-pity and abandonment of life purpose. Carmen had turned her life into a monument to what she had lost: her youth, her perfect health, her central role in the family when the children were young. What completely transformed her life was understanding that she had two options: continue being a passive witness to her deterioration, or become the protagonist of a new chapter. Here is the action plan you can start today. Focused Gratitude Journal. Each morning, write 3 abilities you still have that many have already lost. Legacy Project. Identify a skill or knowledge that you possess and commit to transmitting it to someone younger. Carmen began teaching traditional recipes to her granddaughters through weekly video calls. Elimination of toxic phrases. Identify expressions like, "At my age I can no longer," and replace them with, "I'm going to try it my way." Let's recap. The 6 habits that accelerate your aging after 60 are: 1. Self-imposed isolation. 2. Mental rigidity. 3. Accumulated resentment. 4. Constant complaining. 5. Chronic self-pity. 6. Abandonment of life purpose. 7. Eliminating these habits will not only improve your family relationships, but can literally add years of quality to your life. Imagine waking up every morning with the energy and mental clarity you had years ago, surrounded by people who genuinely enjoy your company. In our next video, I'll share the 5 essential conversations you should have with your adult children before it's too late. If this video has been valuable to you, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to know, which of these toxic habits have you noticed in your life? Share it in the comments. Remember, age is just a number, but attitude determines how we live each year. See you in the next video.